In this video, I'll be showing you how I use these sounds to create this sound effect for an ice attack. Before I start diving in and looking for sounds to use, I should take a long look at the video clip to pick out characteristics I think this sound effect should have. It may seem silly in the moment, but I find using your mouth to help visualize the sound is a great strategy. Firstly, we can see that this is a magical ability, so we'll need some general whoosh sounds. The other obvious aspect of the sound is that its texture is ice, which means we'll need some ice forming, ice striking, and ice shattering sounds. I'll start with the ice forming sounds as it was the first thing that I got an idea for. A great way to create an ice crackling or forming sound is to crumple up a paper bag and then pitch it up or down depending on taste. Next, I found a knife sharpener which I think would make a great sound for both the whoosh and the ice strike sound. By swiping it fast, it creates a nice sharp strike sound, and by swiping it slowly, I can create a longer dragged out version of the strike which should be perfect for the whoosh. Finally, the last texture needed is the ice shatter. I felt taking your keys and throwing them around creates a nice ring. When paired with effects such as delay and reverb, it really starts to shimmer. Now that all my recording is done, I can throw it into my DAW of choice. In this case, it's Logic Pro X. But first, let's take a look at today's video sponsor. This video is sponsored by my friends at Phenyx Pro, where they hooked me up with their PTU 7000 wireless microphone system. These wireless mics offer crystal clear sound quality with a cardioid pickup pattern to minimize noise. Perfect for voiceovers, which is why I'm going to be using these mics for the entirety of the video. Along with their clean sound, both the microphones and receiver are made with sturdy high quality metal, adding to the longevity of the product. In addition, the system can transmit signals up to 260 feet long with a battery life of 8 hours for each transmitter. This system comes with 4 microphones, 4 antennas, 1 receiver, rack mounts, batteries, and all the cables needed for operation. It was super easy to set up, literally plug it and go, making the upgrade even more seamless. Thanks again to my friends at Phenyx Pro. Now back to the video. As you can see, I've cut up and used a number of different layers to build up my sound already. Here's what I have for each layer without effects so far. Spellcasting. I used the slow sharpening sound as planned, then decided to double up the entire stack for something I'm going to do in a sec. Here's how it sounds. Ice forming. As planned, I used the paper bag crumbling as a base for the ice forming and breaking sound. Here's how it sounds. Ice strike. Here's the fast swipe on the knife sharpener. Ice shatter. Finally, here's the keys being dropped for that ringing shimmer effect that we were trying to make. Here's how it all sounds together. While it might still seem far away, you can start to hear the good foundation we're laying down. So now that we put together our layers, it's time to start adding effects to help our sound really come alive. Spellcasting. For the spellcasting whooshes, I used a number of effects to both fill out the sound as well as add movement to it. I used a combination of distortion to brighten up the sound and compression to fatten it out. Then added movement by automating EQ. Because I doubled up the stack earlier, I can designate each stack to a frequency band such as low or high. This lets me fill out the sound even more and process them individually. Here's how it sounds. Ice forming. Ice forming was one of the more simple sounds for this effect. I simply pitched it up, used EQ to clean it up, and then applied some compression to beef it up, along with some chorus to widen it out. Here's how it sounds. Ice strike. Like the ice forming, this sound consisted of pitch shift, EQ for cleaning, compressor and chorus for the same reasons as the ice forming, and with the addition of reverb to help spread out the sharp sound. I also decided to use a frequency shifter along with a multi-FX plugin, which are my secret weapon for creating a sharp and striking sound. Here's how it sounds. Ice shatter. Like the spellcasting, ice shatter sound went through a few effects. Compressor to fatten, EQ to clean up, distortion to brighten, pitch shift to get a nice shatter pitch, chorus and reverb to widen, and finally delay to enhance that shatter effect. Here's how it sounds. Here's how it all sounds together. One of the biggest strengths in sound design is being able to think outside the box. Sure, I could have taken some ice and smashed it for the shatter, or rubbed it together for the forming ice sound. But instead, I used keys, paper, a fork, and a knife sharpener. By breaking up the sounds into parts, it let me zero in on what sounds were needed, making the object choices easier. I hope this video helps in your creative projects. As always, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe as it helps the channel grow. Till next time, cheers!